All right guys, we're going to look at the single arm chest supported cable lat pull down now. A couple of unique advantages that we get to this as compared to the bilateral variation, but we'll get Charlie to set up now. Usually we're going to be using something on the lines of like a D handle here. So Charlie's going to get into position. As far as his torso setup goes, there's a couple of ways you can do this. There's not necessarily a right or wrong, just things that are going to work best for you. So you can see that Charlie's got his feet square, perfectly fine, but we might also sometimes want to put either the opposite side forward, or actually for some people it actually feels a lot better to put that same side forward as well. But I'll get Charlie to set up with what he feels comfortable for the moment, but just be mindful to play around with those setup options. Now, next thing we're going to look at in terms of Charlie here as well, you'll notice his torso position lines up with the line of the cable really favorably, and that's going to help him really bias those lats as we come through that movement, pulling the arm down. Now, I'm going to get Charlie to do a couple of really good reps. So you'll see from a control standpoint here, he's not rushing or yanking at the movement. So in this top position, he's not like yanking it down, he's just really controlling that initial pull, and he's landing in here really smooth. He's not jolting around in the joint as he gets to that shortened position. Now, a couple of things that you'll see people do wrong, as you'll see people, of course, lift up and hyperextend. And remember, the more we start leaning away and back, we're sure we're still going to get a bit of lats, but we're also going to start really getting into the rear delts. And also what people often do is they'll pull the arm out to the side. So again, we start, as we abduct or we pull our arm further away, we start pulling away from biasing those lats even more. Now, take a moment there, Charlie. So a couple of cues to think about. I'll just get Charlie to re-grip while we do that. So as Charlie sets up, we're going to really think about creating as big a resistance challenge here as we can. So what he's going to think about is, rather than pulling the elbow, and I'll get you to do this as a bad one, Charlie, rather than think about pulling the elbow back the way at the end, it's not really the goal here, and that starts entering rear delt territory. The goal is going to be, if I cue, I want him to bring the elbow down and finish off with the elbow still going down, but it's going to finish off with a little bit of extension towards the end. So it's going to be down with the elbow, tracing the line of the bench, finishing in around the hip crease here. The last one, Charlie. And usually a good guide will be the elbow's not going to go past the torso when we get to that shortened range at the end.